Hi, welcome to my channel, and today I'm actually really upset because I know this for quite a while that we are being lied to, we are being manipulated, exploited by many brands, but I didn't know to this extent. So what happened a few days back, I got this DM on Instagram from Blushing Gem, and she told me about this Reddit thread. And the thread is all about there are many skincare brands who don't have a license to even start their business, and they're running their business successfully. So we don't know what guidelines they're following, how they are operating, or how much they are being transparent about the ingredients, though most of the brands they are not transparent about the ingredients because most of them mention key ingredients. The ingredients list on the packaging and on their website they don't match. I have seen all these things, but I didn't know this can go on to this extent. Honestly, I didn't know about this license. I know we need a license to do the business. This is a common thing, but I don't know this brands they're doing this like so openly without the approval from the state. So I got this message last week, and I told her that I need some time to research about this, and I was supposed to get back to her this week. So what happened yesterday, I posted one video, and there I got these comments about this issue, the license issue, and I found out Sweta Vijay, she made this video about addressing this issue, and I'm so happy that she did it. It is so important that big YouTubers they come with this topic, they discuss about this, because it is not about only paid promotions. It's not only about being in good terms with the brands. And as YouTubers, we should have some ethical issues because this is a job. We get paid for it. YouTube pays us, and if you do a collab with a brand, the brand is gonna pay us. And I have this very small YouTube channel, but still I got 3 emails from brands that they wanted me to collab with them, but those brands were not that, what to say. The one brand was from China, and their website was very shady. Other was they were trying to sell some organic products, but they don't mention the full ingredients. And the last one, they sell skin whitening products. So I don't think they even do proper research about the YouTubers they want to collab with, because I have this strong stand against skin whitening products, and still they come up to me and with these skin whitening products. And so I didn't reply them, and I don't want to do anything with them. I don't want to collab with them. So we should have this moral grounds that we don't convey wrong information. I won't recommend something to use that I won't use for my skin, that I won't feel safe with, and I need to have information. I need to educate myself. What is safety? What are the measures for safety in skincare, cosmetics, whatever? This term cosmetics, it stands for skincare products, all the skincare products in general. So Indian government, they have this act. This is not only for made in India products, it is for the international brands as well. If they want to sell their products here, or someone wants to like import the product here, like in a bulk, so they need the licensing, and there are certain skincare products that are not allowed here, and there are like some rules that our brands should follow, like they cannot be misleading with their information, and they need to provide the full ingredients list. And I'm so frustrated there because I have seen many brands, they don't even care to provide the full ingredients list. And I understand only by looking at the ingredients we won't be getting everything, but we get some of the information, and that is important because already the brands, they're being so shady with their claims and everything. Now they don't even have the license. I'm not saying all the brands, some of the brands. And there are brands who tell, okay, we make organic product, we make natural products, so we can sell without license. Like really, that's how you're going to manipulate us? Do you think we are fools? So I have this product from Kerala Ayurveda. This is Ayurvedic product. See, they have mentioned the full ingredients. Wait, can you see the full ingredients? And they have even mentioned the percentage, what they're using, how they're using their ingredients, and they have this license number over here and everything. And this is Ayurvedic product, this is so called natural product, herbal product, organic product, that brands they exploit these terms, and this is the thing. And I don't like this product that much, but I am really happy that they are being so transparent, this brand, and this is good. See, they have this all ingredients listed, and they mention the, even as I told you, the percentage, all the percentage you can find there. And there are brands who even refuse to give the full ingredients. They end up with this base QS, key ingredients and all, and these are the popular brands. So this is the difference. Either you choose to be transparent or not. And I have spoken about some Indian skincare products and brands, and people came for me like, I don't like Indian brands. They said that I don't like Indian brands, I don't want to promote Indian skincare products. This is not the case. This is not okay. I need to clarify one thing. I have gotten so much support from most of you people. They have been really kind to me and they supported me, and most of you provided me useful information. But there are people who just say, I don't want to promote Indian brand, I don't like Indian brands, I hate Indian brands. This is not the case. I want to promote Indian skincare products because when I see made in India written on a product, I get emotional. I want to support the brand because I want to support my country economically. I want these skincare brands to grow not only here, even internationally, because we have so much potential. But there are brands who are exploiting this tag made in India for their greed, and they're playing with our emotion because they know that we are so emotional about this, the products made in our country, because we love our country, we want to support our country, and we'll do anything to do that. And we have this love and responsibility, the care, because we have the goodwill. And so many brands, what they're doing, they're exploiting that, where they need to be more careful when they use this tagline make in India, because they're representing India with their product. So this is something they should think about, because they cannot use make in India tag as a safeguard that okay, we can use this tag and people will believe us no matter how shady, how sneaky we be. We need to be very careful about the reputation of India, because if these brands use this tagline make in India and they sell bad products and they don't have this transparency, they won't grow globally. We cannot expand globally, and we are going to hurt our skin in the long run. So these are the things we need to be very careful about. And please don't let anyone to take advantage of your goodwill. This is so bad that all of us, we have so good intentions to support our country, to buy Indian made products. It makes me happy, but then I see this. So let me read a thread from this Reddit, and I have found other websites which can be very helpful. And one more thing, when you buy a product, you always look for the full ingredients and this license number and this manufacturing date, everything. These are the things, fundamental things that should be there. If your product is lacking those things, then please reach out to these brands, because I don't think you'd like to support a brand who is not being transparent with you and playing with your trust. So I'm going to read the Reddit thread now. This is the Reddit thread. I'm going to leave the link down there. It is so helpful. I'm so grateful to them that they did this. You can get the useful information from here, like what is this license, how to get it, how brands they can use it, how much money they need to make this license, and how we can lead the level, like what are the things we need to look for when we are verifying these brands, if they have the license or not. This can be very useful. So I highly encourage you to visit this thread. Shweta Vijay even spoke about these points in her video. I am so happy that she did it, and I'm going to leave the link of her video in the description box. That can be really helpful as well. These are the points we should look for, like distinctive batch number, packaging must have the name of the manufacturer and the address, then license number and the ingredients list. These are the useful information you should look for from the label. And again, I highly encourage you to visit the thread. And these are the excuses brands can make for not having license, that they're very small brand and they make their mother's recipe, and these are just not valid reasons. Don't get manipulated by them. I found this useful article from one site, and I'm going to leave the link in my description box. And I highly encourage you to read the article because it explains what are the rules for a brand to make skincare products and the precautions, the guidelines about the license and the import of a product. Everything this article explains very well. This is why I always ask you to read the level. Some of the brands, local, small brands, I want to support them, but they're not transparent about how they make their products sometimes, and sometimes we're not sure on how many people they're testing their products. We are not sure about their lab, the condition of their labs, their research and scientific claims behind their products, the ingredients they use, and they need to be more transparent about these things. And especially the brands who sell on Instagram, you need to be extra careful with those brands because they can be really sneaky. And even not only this make in India brands, even there are pages who sell ordinary products and Korean skincare products, and I'm not comfortable buying products from these pages because I doubt their authenticity, and I don't know if they have the license, their products are authentic. Even they have to follow certain guidelines, so be extra careful when you buy something from Instagram. Even a functioning website can be as deceiving. Another thing I need to tell you, recently I found out about this, so I was very confused why a brand on the level they mention one ingredient list, but when you go to their website they have another ingredient list. That is not cool, right? So I went through many brands websites. What I found, they have these term and conditions, and this is so sneaky, you know. They don't take responsibility for anything legally. I mean, they are having this long disclaimer where they're saying this is our choice, we're buying this product, and if it affects us then it's gonna be our responsibility, they are not liable. Okay, then they say that if they provide any inaccurate information on their website, even then they're not responsible for it. And this part is something very sneaky. I'm like, this is your website and you're gonna provide inaccurate information knowing or unknowingly, but you won't own up. So how can I trust to use your product? So you can find the terms and condition at the bottom of the website, and this is same for most of the brands. I have checked many brands terms and conditions, and by visiting this website we are agreeing to these terms and conditions. And see, they don't guarantee about anything: accuracy, timelines, performance, suitability, information, materials found here on the website. And this is the website they're selling their product, and this is so bad. It breaks my heart that they are safeguarding themselves so much, but when it comes to our safety and our skin, they're throwing their hands in the air. And even I have reviewed many Indian skincare brands, and I have even recommended some of the products. So please, if you are willing to buy those products, or if you want to try those skincare stuff, go through their website, look for the terms and conditions, read the ingredients list, look for the manufacturing number and license number, expiry date, everything, because even there are brands who sell expired products. So this gets very tricky if they are not being regulated, if they are not registered with a governing body. Then how someone is gonna inspect the quality of their product and accuracy of their claims? Another thing I find very disturbing, the misleading information and claims, all like natural, then organic, herbal. They use these terms again as safeguard, as they use this Make in India tagline. Not all of them, some of them. So natural doesn't mean is safe. One day what happened, one of my wonderful subscribers, she reached out to me on the Instagram and she asked me that, you know, she wants to invest on an AHA product, and the particular product has fragrance. So I told her, okay, go ask the brand if they make any fragrance free version of this thing. So she went and asked the brand, and they came up with this response, okay, the fragrance we use is naturally derived. So what? So what? It doesn't mean it is safe. And we use very less amount of fragrance. Like really? They use this term natural, organic, herbal as some safe words. Like they would use this term and we will be like, okay, this product is the safest thing in this world, cannot harm us. It is not. Nature has both good things for us and bad things for us as well. Not everything natural is safe. So please stop spreading this misinformation. And the thing is, there are brands who demonize one ingredient that has not been scientifically proven to be bad for our skin, just to make their skincare line to appear safer. This is not done. This is again manipulation. Then another thing I found very bad that many brands do, what they do, they use this thing like FDA approved. FDA doesn't approve skincare products. They approve the color that has been used in skincare products. Just the color, not the skincare products or the ingredients even. So when you say that it is FDA approved, when someone doesn't know how FDA works, that person might think, okay, these products and the ingredients are FDA approved, and this is manipulation. You cannot assume that your consumers would know everything. As a brand, you have the duty to educate us too. Then what happens, they use this all certification, organic certification, then this safer fragrance certification. I talk about IFRA, but some of them, they don't even know how IFRA works. I think they know, but the way they present the information, they use it in a very wrong way, because they say IFRA has this safe ingredients list. No, IFRA doesn't have that. IFRA has guidelines. IFRA has 3 standards, and they have made all these big lists, all these components that have been used in under the umbrella term, which is fragrance. Then they have these 3 safety standards that they use. They don't have safe list. Like, it's about how you're going to use it. These are not mandatory. I mean, brands, they can pay for this like certification, and it's on them. They want to follow their guidelines or not, because all these organizations, they cannot impose anything on those brands. They only can give the guidelines, and what they do, these brands, they buy the certification. They show that okay, they are using this for now, but what they're going to do later with their products and the formulation is on them. This is not mandatory. So like this license thing, if a product, it has license, then it becomes all good, it cannot harm us. This is not that. This is not 100% safe as all those certificates, like eco certificates, organic certificates, then fragrance, safe fragrance certificates. This is funny, seriously. Anyway, so these are the things. Still, I look for the certificates because somehow it makes me feel safer. I'm being very honest. And this license, this is not cool, because I don't think you're taking even your business seriously, because you're not registering. And then what is your product? This is a kitchen product, this is a DIY product. Like, seriously, we're buying these things, we're paying our money. My suggestion would be, when you purchase something, please look for the ingredients. If the brand doesn't provide the full ingredients, I don't recommend you to buy their products, because they don't deserve your money. They need to be transparent first, because you need to know what you're putting on your skin, because they can write all these claims, blah blah blah. If they can write an essay of like 3,000 words about their marketing claims, what their products are going to do for us, but they don't explain how it is going to do, and they refuse to mention the full ingredients. And not only on the packaging, they should provide the full ingredients wherever they're selling their products. Amazon, Nykaa, Myntra, Flipkart, they need to mention the full ingredients online. And this is something we deserve, and they're not doing any extra favor. I'm so glad that many of my subscribers, they're reaching out to brands, they're asking them questions. And okay, another thing happened. One of my subscribers, what she did, she asked a brand, they were selling sunscreen, but they don't mention the PA factor. So she asked the brand that, why don't you mention the PA factor while selling your sunscreen? The brand responded, okay, this is not mandatory in India. So what? You still can provide it. How will we be sure that this sunscreen, it has enough PA factor to protect our skin from UVA? We cannot be sure, and we don't trust the mere words from a brand, because they are trying to sell their products. They are there to make money. This is true, this is business. There is nothing wrong about it. But as consumers who are paying to buy these things, we have to set our standards high, because these brands are making money, and they should invest more on the formulation and ingredients than paying some influencer to rave about the products without even using that, without even seeing what ingredients they're using. And I'm so shocked, there are many popular influencers, what they do, they promote products without even looking at the ingredients list. I mean, this is so frustrating. They promote skincare products that don't mention the full ingredients. How can they? As a skincare influencer, the person needs to be more cautious, more, they should have knowledge about these things, that ingredients list, this is something fundamental, something the customer needs to know, and they just promote these products for money. And there's nothing wrong with it, I get it, but is this ethical? Why? Because we the creators, we get paid from YouTube as well. We're not living below poverty line. YouTube is paying us. Then you are making extra money from the brands, that's extra. I get it, and there's nothing wrong in it. But one should have some standards. And I have seen Indian YouTubers, they don't even disclose they are doing a paid promotion. I know this is legally allowed here. USA, you cannot do it. If you do that, you're gonna go to jail. But still, we can be transparent to our audience that yeah, this is a paid promotion. Because if you believe in the product, if the product really works for you, then you shouldn't be afraid. And the people who are watching your videos, they deserve the transparency. I know this is legal here, to be sneaky, not to disclose the paid partnership, but many things, well, legal ones, but not necessarily good, like slavery. It used to be legal once, but this is not good, right? We know it now. So it legal doesn't mean that it is good fundamentally, because laws, they change, because as society we grow, we improve, so do laws. So this is something to think about. And just I demand the transparency from brand for YouTubers. And as a YouTuber, I'm gonna be very transparent, because if I do any paid partnership, anything, first I'm going to see the ingredients, then I'm going to see the formulation, then I'm going to see how it works on my skin. And if I'm doing the video or I'm choosing to promote the brand, then I'm going to tell you that this brand is paying me, or this brand has contacted me to do this video, because you deserve it. And this is a standard I'm going to live by. And if you find me being sneaky, being not transparent, please do call me out. Then you think that I have sold my soul, I don't have any ethics anymore. You have every right to call me out then. If you find me doing this sneaky things, please. I mean, I don't want to be the person. And I'm sure you're going to be there. If you see I'm doing any mistake, you want to tell me. Because you deserve the best of me. And I owe you my honesty, and so do the brands. So yeah, that's all for now. I hope you found this video to be helpful, and thank you so much for watching. And please don't forget to subscribe if you want to watch more videos like this. See you very soon. Bye bye.